Long ago, in a faraway land surrounded by tall mountains and thick green forests, there lived a king named King Zafar. He ruled the kingdom of Ruhania. The land was rich, the rivers were full, the fields were golden with crops, and the people were kind-hearted. But there was one problem, a big one. Their king was extremely greedy. King Zafar loved only two things: gold and more gold. Every morning he woke up thinking about gold. Every night he slept dreaming about treasures. And every day he ordered his soldiers to collect more and more from the people. "No one in this kingdom should have more gold than me," he used to say proudly. The people of Ruhania worked hard, grew fruits, built houses, and made beautiful handicrafts. But the king's greedy heart was never satisfied. Whenever someone earned a few coins, the king demanded half of it. If someone found a small piece of silver, he wanted even that. Even the poor who had nothing were ordered to pay something. Slowly, sadness spread across the kingdom. The people stopped smiling. Shops closed early. Markets became empty. Children cried because their parents couldn't buy them food. But the king didn't care. In fact, he thought he was the smartest ruler in the world. Every wall, shelf, and corner was filled with shining gold coins, diamonds, rubies, emeralds, and silver jewelry. There were mountains of treasure, more than any king before him ever had. But whenever he looked at it, he still felt unhappy. "There is space in that corner," he said one day. "And that shelf looks empty too." He ordered his soldiers again, "Go. Bring me more gold. I don't care how you do it." The soldiers obeyed, but they felt pity for the people. Still, they could not refuse. The poor woman's wish. One evening, a poor woman named Amara, a widow with two small children, came crying to the palace gate. The soldiers asked her why she was crying. "My children have not eaten for 2 days," she said. "The king's tax collector took everything from me, even the milk I saved for my baby. Please, let me talk to the king." The soldiers hesitated, but seeing her tears, they allowed her to go inside. King Zafar was counting gold coins when she entered the hall. She knelt in front of him and said softly, "Your Highness, please show mercy. I have nothing left. My children are starving." The king didn't even look at her. Instead, he said coldly, "I have no time for nonsense. If you can't pay tax, leave the kingdom." Amara's eyes filled with tears. She left silently, her heart broken. But someone had heard her. Someone who cared deeply for the kingdom. The wise old advisor. King Zafar had an old advisor named Hakim Sahib. He was known for his wisdom and honesty. He had served Zafar's father and grandfather faithfully. When the king became greedy, Hakim Sahib tried many times to warn him, but the king always ignored him. After Amara left, Hakim Sahib entered the room and said, "Your Majesty, the people are suffering. A ruler should protect his people, not take away their last piece of bread." King Zafar frowned. "You sound like a foolish man. The people live to serve their king. And I deserve the best." Hakim Sahib sighed. "Greed blinds even the smartest man. If you continue like this, your kingdom will collapse." Zafar became angry. "Enough. You are dismissed for tonight." The old man bowed and walked out, but he knew something terrible was coming. The curse of greed. That night, after everyone slept, a strange sound echoed in the treasure room. Clink, clink, clink. King Zafar woke up suddenly. "What is that noise?" he muttered. He picked up a torch and went down to the treasure room. To his shock, the gold coins were moving on their own, shaking and rattling like they were alive. Before he understood anything, the treasure chest in the center burst open, and a glowing figure emerged. It looked like a spirit made of golden light. The king fell to the ground in fear. Who are you?" The spirit spoke in a deep voice, "I am the spirit of wealth. I bless those who are generous and punish those who are greedy." King Zafar trembled. "You had enough to feed your whole kingdom for years," the spirit continued. "But still you took from the poor. Still you wanted more. And no, please forgive me," the king begged. But the shadow of greed was already too heavy. The spirit raised its hand, and the treasure started melting into dust. "My gold!" the king screamed. A powerful wind blew inside the room. The walls cracked, the shelves collapsed, and all the treasure disappeared like smoke. When the wind stopped, the room was empty, completely empty. Then the spirit said, "Your kingdom will fall unless you change your heart. You have one last chance. Choose wisely." And with that, it vanished. The king's change. The next morning, King Zafar woke up shaking. He ran to the treasure room but found only cold, empty stone floors. He sat down and cried. Something he had never done before. Hakim Sahib entered and said gently, "A kingdom is built with love, not gold. Your people are your true wealth." For the first time, King Zafar truly listened. He wiped his tears and said, "Bring the people to the palace. Bring Amara. Bring everyone." That afternoon, the people gathered. They expected more bad news. But instead, the king stood before them with bowed head. "I have been a selfish ruler," he said. "From today, all taxes are reduced. Anyone poor will be helped. I promise to become a king worthy of his people." The people were shocked, but happy. Amara stepped forward. "Thank you, my king. May your heart stay kind." The king smiled weakly. "I will try my best." A new kingdom. Months passed, and the kingdom slowly changed. Markets became busy again. Children played in the streets. Farmers brought fresh crops. People laughed again. The king also changed. He visited villages, listened to people, and helped rebuild homes. The people finally loved their king genuinely, not out of fear. And though the treasure room remained empty, the king's heart was full. Because he had finally learned the greatest truth: a generous heart is richer than all the gold in the world globe.